All right, we're going to make a methane molecule. And to begin, you just get a new blender running, and let's delete this box. Okay, so just type the letter X. This should show up, and you can hit that. The first thing we need to do is to add a mesh cylinder. So you go to Add Mesh, and we want a cylinder. It shows up like this. We want to scale this, so type S for scale, and then do Shift Z to turn off the Z, and just type 0.2, and that'll change the X and Y to 0.2, and just hit Enter. You can zoom in a bit if you need to. We now want to apply the scale to this object, and so that is Object, Apply, Scale. Okay. We need to move it up, so we want to do G for grab, and we want to move on the Z, so type Z, and we want to go up 1. Hit Enter. We want the object to rotate around this point right here, so that is Object, Set Origin, Origin to 3D Cursor. Okay. Rename this guy Bond. Okay, right now it's called Cylinder. Change that to Bond, B-O-N-D. Now we want to add a sphere. We'll zoom out a little bit here. It's a mesh, and it's UV sphere. Looks like a golf ball. We want to scale that to half its size, so that's S, and then 0.5. Oops, sorry, let me try. Yeah, 0.5, and then hit Enter. We need to move it up 2, so that's GZ2. Enter. We want to change the name from sphere to hydrogen. Again, it's this little guy right here. Hydrogen. We want to set the hydrogen to make the parent this bond, and that's down under Relations, and change that to Bond. So the parent is Bond. Now select both objects. Hold down the Shift key to select both things. Duplicate this object by doing Shift D. That'll make it white, and then hit Enter or Return. That made a copy, and you're looking at that copy now. We're going to change its X rotation over here. Again, I'm in its properties. This is the copy now. The X rotation to 109. And you should get this duplicate to show up. Now we want to duplicate this guy, so that's Shift D again. Enter. And we want to change its rotation to 120 on the Z. 120, hit Enter. Okay, now we have that guy. We want to duplicate this, so that's Shift D again, Enter. And this time the Z is 240. Okay, so now we got something that looks like this. The next step is to deselect, let's see here, we want to look at my directions, and I'm missing a step here. We need to insert a sphere in here. This will be the carbon molecule, so, or carbon atom, excuse me. So let's insert that, Add Mesh. So another UV sphere. Scale this one to 0.8, I believe. Enter. We're going to call this carbon. Well, it's a sphere. We don't need to really change the name. But we do need to add a material to it called carbon. So you go to the materials page here, while that's selected, the sphere, and you want to add a new material. And we can call this one carbon. Okay. Turn off the use nodes thing here just by clicking on that, so it's gray. and go to the base color. And if you drag this down, yeah, that changes the color of the carbon atom to something dark, okay? Let me add some stuff to my notes before I go any further. Okay, so now we have a dark color on that. And that's right here on the base color. You could also raise that up and choose other colors if you prefer. Okay. Alrighty, so let's see here. We want to deselect everything. So just click somewhere in the gray. We want to select everything but that's a mesh. So you go to select all by type and choose mesh. Select all by type, mesh. And now your mesh is selected. You can now right click and choose shade smooth, and that makes the object smoother. And if you wanted to, you could probably come in here and add a material to any of these. And you can make these any color that you want. And that was the assignment. Hopefully you had fun making a molecule, a methane one. Turn that off, turn this on. Maybe go to a green. No, I already did a green. How about blue? So you get the idea, right? So thank you very much. Give it some color. Send me a screenshot of this, Command and Control Shift 4, and send it to me via email. Thanks.